Give your worm harness a specific job to do. All about the worm crawler harness. This is the second episode of the three-part series. Welcome to Fishing and More with Tom, and I'm Tom. We have just published and uploaded to YouTube part 1 of our Make a Walleye Worm Harness and More video. Today we are continuing with more information regarding the worm harness. This video is part 2 and further covers the contents of our All About the Worm Harness book. What was that? As previously stated, there's so much to cover, we have to do it in 3 videos. We have a couple of interesting and hopefully exciting things we'll hold off covering until the latter part of the video. So hope you'll stick around until then. I would appreciate any and all suggestions, requests, and comments, as this will guide us through future projects. In order to receive notification regarding the posting of new videos on YouTube, please subscribe, clicking the bell, hit the like button, then share with your family and friends. Thank you and have a good day. Let's travel together on a journey through the many aspects of fishing. This video is all about the worm harness. The information for this video is a condensed version of what is contained in our Make a Walleye Worm Harness and More book. Worm harnesses are popular for targeting walleye. This presentation is part 2 and addresses beads and hooks. When selecting beads for your walleye trolling worm harness, you should consider factors like color, size, and material. They come in a variety of colors. The best color depends on water clarity and prevailing light conditions. Beads come in different sizes, typically measuring in millimeters. Typically they are made of plastic or glass. Now, glass beads are heavier and will produce a different sound underwater. Some beads feature UV coatings or glow-in-the-dark properties. It's a good idea to experiment with the various types of beads. Both round beads and faceted beads have their own unique advantages. Round beads have a uniform shape which allow them to move smoothly through the water. Round beads will create a more subtle performance in the water. Typically, they produce less flash, which may in some situations be beneficial. Faceted beads have multiple flat surfaces which will reflect light from different angles. Enhanced attraction because of the flash and sparkle produced by the faceted beads. Faceted beads come in a variety of shapes and sizes, allowing anglers to customize their rigs. The best choice of beads calls for experimenting to see what works for you. The choice of bead color depends on a lot of different factors: water clarity, light conditions, and fish behavior. Use bright colors when fishing in murky or stained water. In clear waters, go with natural colors, as the fish may be more wary. Consider using beads with UV coatings or glow-in-the-dark properties when fishing low light or deeper waters. Experiment with contrasting colors to see if your walleye like that presentation. Pay attention to the natural forage. That may be the key. Carry a variety of colors in your tackle box. Everything depends on fishing conditions. We're going to take a few minutes to assemble a walleye June bug double Colorado long shiner worm harness. Okay, today we're going to talk about beads and hooks. Starting this whole thing off, we're going to make what I call a walleye June bug double Colorado long shiner. And I'm going to start out with an Aberdeen long hook. And the first thing I'm going to do is put a snail knot in here. Okay, now we get into the exciting part of the beads. I'm going to use a double Colorado, a number 3 and a number 4. 3 purple. We're going to do one more purple. So far, so good. We got 6 beads. Now, we're going to go with a clevis. And we're going to do a number 4. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, number 4 Colorado. But right now, I want to make a point here. This last bead has to show up. The end of the blade cannot go past here. Now, since I'm using a number 4 Colorado, I already know, and this is a nice hammered look, part of why I call this a shiny worm harness. If I go with the Colorado, it is going to end up right above that last bead. Now, if I was to use a willow leaf, that willow leaf is going to end up down here, right on the hook. So what I would have to do is add more beads. So I'm going to have 6 beads. I would probably have, in this particular case, I think this is the number 4 willow leaf. I think we'd have to add at least 3 more beads to get the same relative position, and this is important. Oh, the other part of this, if I was to do a number 3 Colorado, I don't have to use as many beads. I could probably get away with 5 beads instead of putting 6 on here. So it's all dependent on the type of blade you're going to put on and how big the blade is. Okay, I'm going to do a number 4 clevis. I'm going to take the clevis, I'm going to take and just lay my I'm going to lay my blade right in the center of it. Take my line through, and before you do anything else, make sure it's hooked up right. I'm going to slide it down, and it is just above that last bead. I'm going to put 2 more beads on here. Okay, so right now we have 6 beads, a number 4 Colorado, 2 beads, And where we get the name of June bug in what we call this particular worm harness is the fact that this number 3 Colorado has a June bug powder paint coating on it. So again, I pick up my clevis, number 4 clevis. Make sure it's on there real good. And that right there is my worm harness. All I have to do is finish up the end of it and put a tie the end off, making a loop, or I could use a swivel, but I have I think this is a 1/0 Aberdeen hook. The number 3 Colorado will put off a certain type of vibration and spin a certain speed. The number 4 will do something different. It will do a different vibration and at a different speed, turn at a different speed. Okay, to finish this up, I'm gonna just do a loop. I'm going to do an overhand knot. Yeah, right here. And I use this hook to pull this through once. And then I go back through, pull it through again. And then tighten it down. Snug it up, both directions. Once again, there's our finished worm harness, and the length of this leader, the length of this line is all dependent on where you're fishing, how you're fishing. It's your choice. And the nice thing about a worm harness is if I get to a place where I think, okay, 3 foot of line is too much, I can always cut it off there. Cut it off at 2 foot or whatever you want for your particular situation. The worm harnesses featured in this video are available on our website. Talking about hook size, it's essential to choose the right size to match the bait you're using and the size of fish you're targeting. Hooks in the size range of 2 to 4 are commonly used for walleye fishing. If you're using a smaller bait or fishing for smaller walleye, then 4 to 6 is probably the right thing to do. Some anglers prefer using treble hooks on their worm harnesses. Another type of hook is the offset straight shank hook. The best hook size to use will depend on several factors. The octopus hook will increase the likelihood of you catching a fish. Octopus hooks are versatile and can be used with a variety of baits. Octopus hooks are typically strong and durable. The design of this hook should help reduce the likelihood of snagging on underwater structures. Using the octopus hook should improve your hooking rate. The circle hook is designed to hook the fish in the corner of the mouth rather than deep in the throat. You should have a better hookup rate with this particular type of hook. The circle hook should provide less chance of snagging. Circle hooks are often easier to use. You have a number of benefits to using the circle hook. The live bait hook allows for a more natural presentation. You'll have increased attraction as the bait emits scent and natural movements. Live bait hooks can be used with a variety of bait options, giving the anglers flexibility. Live bait hooks are effective under a variety of conditions. Live bait hooks can be used with a variety of fishing techniques. A huge benefit for the live bait hook is that it provides for natural presentation. This is how I would rig the long shiner worm harness. The slow death hook has a very unique hook design. The slow death hook features a corkscrew-like bend near the eye of the hook to give it the enhanced bait action. The hook helps to secure the live bait more effectively compared to traditional hooks. The subtle presentation of this hook can be particularly effective in different situations. There's a number of reasons why I would use a slow death hook when fishing for walleye. A good barrel swivel is a must to prevent line twist. Using a stinger hook on a trolling harness is not typically necessary. However, when you have short strikes or timid walleye, it may be necessary. Using larger bait may suggest the use of a stinger hook. If trolling at faster speeds, a stinger hook may be the thing you want to use. It may be worth experimenting with a stinger hook to see if it improves your hookup ratio. Keep in mind that adding a stinger hook increases your risk of tangling. Another downside may be handling and unhooking your fish. A stinger hook in clear water may not be the best idea. Using a stinger hook depends on bait size, trolling speed, and personal preferences. Good luck. This is our Walleye Shorts Candied Blue Colorado Worm Harness. What are the walleye telling you? Experiment with bead type and color along with hook size and type. Subscribe so you don't miss the final segment of this series. Trolling your worm harness, water clarity, presentation, the worm harness, a fish is just a fish, and some proverbs about fishing. We're giving away copies of our ebook. Subscribe so that you have an opportunity to get one. Once again, thank you for your visit. Hopefully the information provided will be of value and help you catch more fish. Please be respectful of water and weather. Now let's go fishing.